Hello everyone, welcome to AdiTrade. Today we're going to be seeing the trade possibility Nifty and Banknifty for 28th December, Monday, and a trade review of what happened on Friday. Friday was a pretty good day, and it was one of the most easiest days we had in trading using CPR. The complete video is there on my channel. You can go ahead and check if you just see how if you just wanted to see how I took an entry exit. This video is there. But just in short, we kind of like once we started dipping, we kind of retested this S1, and that's where we entered and booked a profit at S2. And this was consolidation where we waited and in the end tried to do a little bit of scalp but could not catch much. But this move itself was a pretty good move. Now coming to the daily chart in Bank Nifty. From past few days, we have been, like I was mentioning in my videos, that if this channel breaks, we could get a good move on the downside. That's what happened on Friday. Now, the next support is at, again, the next support is coming in at 35,300. I'll be showing you those levels on the 15-minute chart, or all the levels that I marked. But this week, we had a pretty good week trading all based on CPR. Started with this Alice Blue account on 9th, and until 17th we ended in green, thankfully. And this is my combined statement in equity, commodity and currency. I trade only in silver and Bank Nifty most of the times, but in silver we took a hit. Like morning, whatever profits I was making in Bank Nifty, I was kind of like taking a hit on silver, but that's like pretty okay. It was kind of pretty violent moves where we're getting a stop loss hit. And this is a PNL for the week, like from 9th to 12th. It's pretty good, and hope even the next week stays good. Now coming to the 15-minute chart, the trade possibility for tomorrow. See, this gap was pending to be filled, that got filled on Friday. Now see, exactly on Friday when we were falling, we took support at 35,518. Exactly, this line was already marked for us because previously also we took support here. Now the next support, if this breaks, right, 35,500, the next support is coming in at 35,340. We might take some support here, and even if that breaks, let me just shift to an hourly chart. The next support is only coming in at 34,800. So not sure if we'll slip again so much on Monday, but in case we start going down, those are the levels that I would watch out for. See, having levels marked on your chart is pretty important, because on intraday, when you keep getting this fall like this, you should not be wasting time looking at the chart. So best is to keep your study ready. Now, anything on the upside, right? If in case we start moving higher, we might take resistance at this trend line. If this black trend line and this red trend line let me get rid of this gap. This is not required anymore. So if this black trend line and this red trend line breaks, right, at 35,950, we might see about 36,500 or so, or even R1 of CPR, that is 36,200 is a possibility. See, the best possibility that I would be looking for is, see, checking the global markets. Even the global markets on Friday had a pretty big fall. The Dow Jones fell more than 400 points, and even the European markets are down. As of now, SGX Nifty, I'm recording this video on Saturday morning, but not sure on Monday how we'll open, but SGX Nifty just showing about 23 points down. So a small gap down is expected as of now, but we'll never know what happens on Monday, right? So there are a couple of scenarios. If we get a big gap down until, say, 33,200, or even like somewhere in between until 35,300 and 35,250, we might see a reversal until CPR for intraday, and then if the global market and the bearishness continue, we might dip. And this is also close to this trend line, the black trend line, right? So we might see a retest of this CPR and the black trend line and again dip. So that is what, because if we open right here, I wouldn't be looking to short. I would probably buy a very small quantity, see if we get a retracement until CPR and then take a trade. But if the bearishness continues, if we get a pretty big gap down and this S1 breaks, right, like what happened on Friday, then probably I'll trade until S2. Or since we are pretty far stretched out, see, we have fallen so much, right, on Friday, pretty fast, but even 50% of S1 and S2 can be a good target. how we can determine that is just place the fib and exactly keep at 50%. And anything on the upside, and anything is on the upside is a good call if once this trend line breaks, and we can keep, in case we get a reversal, a very bullish reversal, we could come and take resistance even here. It's too far stretched out, but there is a possibility. And for some reason, if we get a gap up from R1 or gap up until this R1, say 36,200 or so, probably again we will see some selling pressure. Or even if we get a gap up until here 35,900, this will be a very strong selling point right at the pivot CPR. If we get a gap up until here, again we might see some selling pressure until S1 or something. Now just looking at this weekly chart, there's nothing much to see here. Yesterday these levels, the weekly CPR levels played really good, but for next week we'll have to also see where the CPR opens, right? See, on this, the previous 2 weeks we traded pretty well based on the weekly CPR as well. These dotted lines are the weekly CPR, orange, purple, orange. So next week we'll have to see where the weekly CPR opens and then even use that for our intraday trading. Now just looking at the open interest for Bank Nifty, see, we have huge call sellers, okay? As of now it's looking bearish, but when this is there, when a lot of people are on the short side, right, we should be a little careful. Any small good news or something that comes from the markets, we could see a huge short covering. But as of now, the option data is showing the market is bearish. The next significant support is coming in at 35,500. If that breaks, probably 35,000, and a very good resistance at 36,000. Breaking 36,000 would be pretty difficult on Monday. And at around 36,000 we have a good resistance here. So any pullback until this level, right, 35,960 or 36,000, and if we get a bearish signal like how these candles were formed, probably I'll try to take a shot at these levels also, as of now, based on the OI data. And now just looking at Nifty, this is the 15-minute chart in Nifty. See, Nifty, after getting this fall, this gap that we had from 6 December is still pending. Not sure if this gap will get filled on Monday. But in case, based on the gap up or gap down, if we start slipping, this can be a good target, that is 16,916. And obviously we have our CPR S1. And even if all this breaks, the next significant target is this, that is 16,780. We can take it because see the kind of bounce that we got last time from here, right? So there is a possibility we could take support here, and even if that breaks, there is another gap in Nifty which can probably get filled, not on Monday but probably for next week. We can just keep it marked. See, this gap which occurred on 30th August, gap meaning this gap, right? Sorry, I need to move this line here. This gap is still filled. Even there's a possibility that if continue slip this, we might take even support here. So we'll have to wait and see if that gap gets filled. But if we start slipping, right, if this breaks, probably definitely we'll see 16,760. And anything on the upside, see, in Nifty we have a pretty clear-cut trend line, right? So any upside move where if I want to buy call, then probably I'll only buy after this trend line break at 17,200. And there's a very good resistance again at 17. Sorry, this line should be in red. See, all these levels were marked for Friday, and it beautifully took support exactly there. And there's a very strong resistance again at 17,100. Now just looking at the open interest for Nifty. See, again Nifty, we have some support at 17,000. Some put sellers are still sitting, but call sellers have been added. The green line is more. And see the amount of the bar graph for the call sellers, right? Most of them, like, huge call selling has happened, but nothing on the put side. And the next support based on the OI for intraday, it's coming in at 16,900. And after that, see this is what the OI is, and this is the change in OI that happened on Friday. See the amount of call sellers that came in, and the put sellers hardly anything, right? So this shows that we could slip even on Monday, but we'll never know how we gap up or gap down, and we'll have to take a decision based on that. But in Bank Nifty, in short, if we get a flat opening, flat meaning within the CPR and the previous day low, probably I'll wait until this previous day low is broken, then take a scalp on the downside. If we get a huge gap down, say about 400-500 points, then probably wait for a reversal until CPR and then see if we can get a short move. That's my plan. But I don't see that we would break 35,000 and go up. If we do a good, for trading calls, a good trade would be above 35,009, about 36,000. If this level breaks, wait for a retest, and then probably I'll think of buying calls. So that's my plan for Nifty and Bank Nifty for Monday. Hope this helps. And we had a pretty good day. We had a pretty good week, ended in green. Hope we stay the same even next week. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please like the video and subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends. Thank you.